These are my favorite mantras through getting through a tough time. And believe me when I say these are not just empty platitudes. If you go back on my videos where I talk about here's how I learned how to be happy, you will know that I have been through this shit. I am not a naturally happy person. It's taken me decades of work to be a naturally happy person. So the stuff I'm about to tell you worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for you. One mantra you likely have already heard me say is that if you already know that orange guy is corrupt, then this isn't for you. If you already know what all this chaos is revealing, then this isn't for you. This time period that we're in is the revelation. Things are being revealed to wake people up to truths that they were unable or unwilling to accept. So if you already know these truths, then this isn't for you. So the mantra from this is, not for me, or my favorite, not my circus, not my monkeys. The second mantra that is really helpful if you want to do your shadow work. What is this trying to teach me? Now, I do want you to be careful about this one because everything we do on shadow work should point us within. While there's a lot we can learn about the truth about the world, and there are certainly phases in time and in our lives where we need to look and we need to see reality and things that we couldn't see before. We need to have hidden things revealed. But if we're in an emotional spiral, that's not going to help you. Digging into all of that is not going to help you. It's in going within that you will find peace. So what is this trying to teach me? How can this bless me? How can this help me see what I couldn't see before? Sorry, my dog's snorting. Now, I talked a lot about this in my last Light Circle 2, Moving Through the Mirage of Fear. I also talk about this a lot in my Emotional Mastery course. So if you want help with this kind of stuff, go check those resources out. They're in my shop. Now, this next one is a half-ass mantra, but stay with me on this. And this one says, what if it's not terrible? Because I think sometimes we're not able to go, dog, seriously, I'm sorry. Sometimes in life, we're not able to go straight for the positivity, and nor should we. We're not in a space where that seems natural, and it's not healthy to bypass all of our feelings. We do need time and space to get into the ick and to see what's hiding there and what's trying to be revealed. So going halfway is good. Going halfway gets us there. We say, what if this isn't going to be terrible? We're allowing for the space of, okay, what we see right now isn't good. It's not ideal. We are honoring that truth and that reality, and we are honoring the part of ourselves that is afraid of what we're seeing. But we are leaving space for a different outcome. We are not saying that just because it looks bad now means it's going to inevitably be garbage and the worst is happening and all is lost. What if this doesn't have to be terrible? What if there's a medium way that this could turn out? And starting with that allows your brain some flexibility to play with the potentials ahead, not locking you into either one extreme or the other. This next mantra has gotten me through some really tough times, both when I was being treated for mental health conditions and when I just was in a bad place and there was nothing to be done but just be in a bad place. And that mantra is, I feel ick, and that's okay. I feel sad, and that's okay. I feel depressed. I feel enraged. I feel terrified, and that's okay. That may sound like a nothing mantra, but hear me out. Sometimes we can't do anything about the emotion. And yet emotions, especially like anxiety and fear, we feel like if we don't do something about it, we're going to die. It's too big. It's too intense. I have to move it. I have to do something. That's not actually true. It's just that in our society, we haven't really been taught how to feel our feelings. We either intellectualize them or we interpret them in some kind of way, so we immediately snap into action that's not actually productive or applicable. So allowing ourselves the space to just feel whatever it is we're feeling is actually incredibly healthy. I feel anxious, and that's okay. I feel terrified, and that's okay. When we sit with the emotions and just allow it to be felt within our body, not intellectualized, not analyzed, not allowing us to push to an action that might be rash and not appropriate, feeling the feeling creates a space for the emotional and energetic intensity to move through us. And once it has moved through us, the edge comes off. We might still be anxious, but we're no longer frantic and terrified. We might still be sad and uncertain, but we're no longer morose and bereft and unable to cope. All right, we're going to end the mantras on a high note. This is my favorite. This is a great one for manifesting. And it's a great one for when you want to play games with the universe. And this mantra is, how good could this get? This is taking the half-ass mantra and going all the way. We're going full ass with this mantra. How good could things get? So yeah, looking around at the cabinet appointments was not great. The first couple of days of that was not great. I didn't like it. I was fearful. I was angry. I was uncomfortable. But not only that, I was feeling everybody else's fear around it because I'm psychic and it was a lot. And it was a rough day or two. But I used my mantras. I feel afraid. I feel uncomfortable. I feel disgusted. And I allowed the emotions to simmer. And then, freaking dog, you guys. I'll probably get the end of this recording. You won't hear any of that, but sorry. So anyway, when I sat through the emotional intensity and the edge wore off, then I was able to get back in tune in my connection with spirit. And using mantras like, how good could this get? I received downloads of, oh shit, this could be amazing. And then the other day, you saw me cackling about all this. Yeah, Matt Gaetz is a terrible person, and he was a terrible pick for that cabinet position. But look what has happened because he was appointed. And now look at the chaos in the Red Elephant Party, and people are turning on their orange leader. It's fucking fantastic, you guys. This is like almost a best case scenario of what could happen coming out of this terrible thing that happened. So allowing ourselves to get in a space of, all right, I have been afraid. I don't know what to do. I can't just like manifest my way to Shangri-La tomorrow. What can I do in the meantime? All right, spirit, all right, universe, God, the angels, whoever, show me. How good could this get? Let them bring the good thoughts to you. Let them bring the ideas to you. Be open, be flexible. And this isn't only great for manifesting. This is very similar to something I learned in therapy all those years ago. I was so predisposed to find something negative that I was trash talking any possible suggestion my therapist gave me before I could even consider that it might work out. I had to literally retrain my brain to stop automatically finding all the negative and terrible things that could happen. And so this was a way that helped me got into, all right, I get it, bad things could happen, bad things might happen, but good things might happen too. You have to actually train your brain to seek them if it doesn't do it naturally. And how good could this get is also a way to turn catastrophe into hilarity. I'm telling you. Like, I still laugh every time I think about all the absurdity that's unfolding now. Let this be a game. Spirit has told us it's gonna be okay. We don't know when it's gonna end. We don't really know how it's gonna end, but we've been told that whatever happens, this greater movement is unfolding. And all the bullshit in the meantime is part of the unfolding. Relax and let it happen. Pop your popcorn. Laugh about it. Do what you gotta do, but let Spirit show you how good can this get. And if you have any other mantras, let's hear them. Drop them in the comments. Let's share and share alike, because this process doesn't have to be terrible. We can get through this, and we might even get through it laughing all the way.